Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Welcome to day number 7 of Valmiki Ramayana series. So delighted to have all of you join early in the morning. So here in India, Bharat, it is 6 a.m. IST, 6:1 now. So Chinmudra, Bhaktavatsala Prabhu, Rateshwari Mataji, Sushma ji, Nagraj sir, Usha Mataji, Raghavendra Kulkarni sir, Uma Vaidyanathan ji, Banu Mataji, Rajalakshmi ji, Chakrapani sir. Happy to have you. Uh, Indumati Mataji, Yogita ji, Nikhil, or I think that is actually Nakul, but it's showing here. Mani, Saraswati Mataji, Aparna Mataji, Jailakshmi ji, Chetan Prabhu, Basavraj ji, Ajay Prabhu, Nisha Mataji, and so many more joining in. So thank you so much. Shashi ji just logged in. So thank you so much everybody for logging in. Thank you Prabhu for confirming that it is audible. Really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and begin with the prayers. Today we are going to see the entry of a great devotee, that is Bhakta Hanuman. So I can't wait to share some glorious aspects of Bhakta Hanuman. Of course, his glories are unfathomable, but we will just try to get a sneak peek into the greatness of Bhakta Hanuman. So let's go ahead and begin with the prayers. Let me share my screen with all of you. So request all of you to please join me in chanting the Mangalacharan prayers. So simultaneously, let me also log in on my phone so I can keep a tab on the comments coming in and the streaming if it's okay. Yes, so let's go ahead and start. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishay Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So let us bow down our heads at the lotus feet of His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Aravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, my most beloved spiritual master, my eternal source of inspiration. Let us beg for His costless mercy as we begin day number 7 of this auspicious, wonderful, glorious Valmiki Ramayana series in preparing our consciousness for the divine Prana prathishtapana of Ramalalla in Sri Rama Mandir in the glorious Ayodhya Dham. So now let's chant a few prayers from Valmiki Ramayan. Shuklam Baradaram Devam Chashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Kujantam Rama Rameti, Madhuram Madhuraksharam, Aruha Kavita Shakham, Vande Valmiki Kokilam, Yappiban Satatam Ramacharitamrita Sagaram, Atruptastam Munim Vande Pracheta Samakalmasham, Manojava Marutatuल्य Vegam, Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham, Vatatmajam Vanarayutamukyam, Shri Ramadutam Shirasa Namami. Ramam Ramanujam Sitam Bharatam Bharatanujam, Sugrivam Vayusunam cha pranamami punah punah. Namostu Ramaya Salakshmanaya Devyai cha tasyai Janakatmajayai. Namostu Rudrendraya Manilebhyo Namostu Chandrarkama Rudranebhyah. Shri Valmiki Ramayan ki jai. So, Hare Krishna, everyone. If you haven't already taken the time to say Jai Shri Ram in the chat section, please do so. And by the end of today's session, we will not only be saying Jai Shri Ram, but also Jai Hanuman as well. So, my dear devotees, until now we have discussed three kandas. So, we have understood, we have discussed right at the beginning in the introduction to Ramayana that there are 6 plus 1, 7 kandas. So, Ramayana, if it can be considered like the house in which Lord Rama lives, Ramayana also means the life journey of Lord Rama. There are 7 different rooms in this house. And those 7 different rooms, Balakanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Aranyakanda, Kishkinda Kanda, Sundara Kanda, Yuddha Kanda, and finally Uttarakanda. And we have already gotten a glimpse into Balakanda, Ayodhya Kanda, and Aranyakanda. So this Aranyakanda, we just have a little bit more left. So today we will try to wrap up Aranyakanda and we will enter into Kishkindakanda. And tomorrow we will get an idea of Sundarakanda. Sundara, beautiful. And this is one of the favorite kandas for most devotees. So we will discuss this tomorrow. And then as a Purnahuti, we will discuss Yuddha Kanda, the victory of Lord Rama over Ravana. And Uttarakanda, we will discuss very, very briefly. So let us go straight to Aranyakanda where we had stopped. So we have just a little bit more. So when everybody is going behind the Supreme Lord, running behind the Supreme Lord to get his mercy, in Aranyakanda we saw the Supreme Lord is running behind Maricha, who came in the form of a golden deer. And why is that? Because Maricha, having understood the supreme position of Lord Rama, he had given up the association of Ravana, he had rejected Ravana, and instead he chose Lord Rama. Remember, Ravana had threatened Maricha that if you don't go and do what I say, what I tell you to do, that is become this Mayamruga and entice Mother Sita and become an instrument in my kidnapping Sita, he said that I will kill you. So Maricha thought, instead of dying at the hands of this evil Ravana, I would rather die at the hands of the Supreme Lord Rama. So like this, anybody, even if he is a demon like Maricha, if they choose Lord Rama is ever ready to give his divine shelter to them. And we saw how yesterday Ravana had kidnapped Mother Sita, having tricked them that Rama had gone behind this golden deer, and Lakshmana was literally forced, provoked by Mother Sita through some of her very, very harsh words. And this is how Lakshmana, after, Mother Earth requested Lakshmana that may your anger be manifested as fire on me. So this so-called Lakshmana Rekha was actually the protection of Agni Deva, and this Agni, whose wife is Swaha, she actually consumed the original Sita. She took original Sita into her, which the original Sita will come back later. And the Maya Sita, the Chaya Sita, Shadow Sita, she was the one who was actually kidnapped by Ravana. So Ravana came guised as a mendicant and he was begging for alms, and he was telling her that you must step out of this rekha, this fire, only then, will I accept the alms. And the moment she stepped out of that, she was kidnapped. So Sita Devi, we understood that she actually represents a Jivatma, which is all of us, a conditioned soul. And a conditioned soul is enticed by Maya. And when the conditioned soul is enticed by Maya, when we turn our back upon the Supreme Lord, it is natural that we are kidnapped by our mind in the form of Ravana. And at least as long as Sita had the protection of Lakshmana, and Lakshmana is actually Guru Tattva, if we are at least under the shelter of Guru, then it's all right. As long as she was within the instructions of the Guru, that is the Lakshmana Rekha, then she was protected. But the moment she stepped out of that and the moment she rejected the shelter of the Guru, then nobody can protect us. So the Jiva has rejected the Supreme Lord, turned his back on the Supreme Lord, and we've also, if we don't follow the instructions of the Guru, if we don't take the shelter of a Guru, then our mind will hijack this soul. So we had stopped until this point. At this point, Jatayu, remember yesterday as Rama, Lakshmana and Sita, they came into Dandaka Aranya, they met Jatayu and Jatayu introduced himself saying that, oh Dasharatha Nandana, that I am the friend of your father, so I am more like your uncle. And he volunteered to serve them, saying that when Lakshmana gets busy, he has to go out to get kandamula, the roots and fruits, and getting water and other things. He said, in the absence of Rama and Lakshmana, I will protect Sita. And true to his word, not only he said he will protect Sita, he tried his very best. As Ravana was kidnapping Mother Sita, Jatayu immediately, despite his old age, he fought, he flew as high as he could, and he started fighting along with Ravana. And even the couple of times he was managing to bring the chariot down, to bring the Pushpaka Vimana down, and Ravana was really taken aback, like, who is this mighty bird? But after putting up, the best fight forward, Jatayu, because of his old age, and he was no match for the strength and prowess of Ravana. So what did Ravana do? He actually took out his weapon and he cut off both the wings of Jatayu. And Jatayu, still he didn't give up. He was still trying his very best. But Ravana continued to hurt him, and finally Jatayu fell down on the ground. And Mother Sita, she was so pained to witness this. And he continued to hijack, kidnap Mother Sita. And on their way to Lanka, Mother Sita, using her presence of mind and thoughtfulness, she actually saw Sugriva on top of a mountain. Lord Rama and Lakshmana, they haven't met Sugriva yet, but Mother Sita, from the Pushpaka Vimana, she saw Sugriva with 4 different ministers. And in order to help Rama and Lakshmana in finding her, Mother Sita dropped some of her ornaments on the way. So that was very thoughtful on her part. And meanwhile, here in Panchavati, when Rama, Lakshmana, they came back, we understood how Lakshmana was chastised not only by Mother Sita but also by Rama, saying that how could you leave her? She could have said whatever she said, but Lakshmana, you should not have abandoned her. But despite being chastised by both Rama and Sita, Lakshmana did not give up their company. He did not slacken in his service. And when they came back, just what they had foreseen, that had actually happened. So Sita was nowhere to be seen. And it causes so much distress for the readers when we read Valmiki Ramayana, the way Rama lamented the loss of Mother Sita, the separation from Mother Sita. And as they kept looking for her, they found Jatayu, and Jatayu was the one who was still somehow barely keeping his life together to give news to Rama and Lakshmana that it is Ravana who has actually kidnapped, and they went in the southern direction. And having said this, Jatayu, beholding the lotus face of Lord Rama, he left his body. So, my dear devotees, a quick question for all of you. So, Jatayu's story, him fighting with Ravana, do you consider it as a success or a failure? So while you put your answers in the chat section, I will continue to, narrate the story. So Jatayu, once he left his body in the lap of Lord Rama, looking at the face of Lord Rama, just like he would do for a father, although he did not get an opportunity to do the final rites for his own father, just like a son would do to the father, he did the final rites for Jatayu. So whether it is a tribal king, whether it is a boatman, whether it is a bird, this is the glorious character of Lord Rama, that he is compassionate upon everybody. He is friendly, he is caring, he is affectionate towards everyone. Why? Because being the Supreme Lord, he sees the spiritual oneness in everybody. Everybody is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. So he does not distinguish based on the external roles they play, based on the external bodies they have. So Chinmudra is saying, yes, it is success because he fought it to serve them. Yes, that's right. Raghvendra Kulkarni saying successful. Soni ji saying successful. Chetan Prabhu saying glorious success. Bhanuji saying success. Aparna ji saying success. Yes, 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 you're all right. It is success indeed. So there is nothing called failure in executing the service for the Supreme Lord. In Krishna consciousness, in Rama consciousness, there is no failure. The external result may be a success or failure, but ultimately, spiritually, in the eyes of the Lord, every service is glorious success. Just like Abhimanyu, he left his body after having entered the Chakravyuha, mercilessly, cruelly, at the hands of seven Maharathis from the Kaurava side. Externally speaking, did he succeed in coming out of the Chakravyuha? No, he did not. But on the other hand, it is actually a glorious success because he left his body in the service of Lord Krishna. The cowherd friends of Krishna in Krishna Leela. When Krishna sent them, go to a nearby village where the Brahmanas, the Yagnik Brahmanas are performing yajna. Go and get some food from them. And when they went and asked for food, the Brahmanas refused not only to give the food, but they didn't even look at them. Look at the cowherd boys, they neglected, completely ignored them. So, externally speaking, they failed in executing the service assigned to them by Krishna. Krishna told them, go get some food from them, and they did not. But is it a failure? Not at all. It is actually a success because they did their best in serving the instructions of the Lord. My own glorious spiritual master Srila Prabhupada, before he went to the West and started ISKCON, before that in Jhansi in India, in Bharat, he started a center called the League of Devotees. But was he successful in running that center? No, it failed. So externally it may have been a failure, but actually it is a glorious success in the service of the Supreme Lord. So as devotees, we should not be very much concerned, very much affected by the external so-called success and the so-called failure. The service in the Lord itself is a success, and Jatayu exemplified that. And I've also told you that how much Rama had this affection, this gratitude for what Jatayu did in his service, that even after he came back after 14 years back to Ayodhya and he was coronated and everybody was celebrating, he had everybody in his company, but still Rama was not happy. Not happy in the sense because he was thinking of Jatayu at the time when Mother Sita asked, "What are you thinking in this on this happy occasion?" So Rama said, I'm thinking of my dear devotee Jatayu. I wish he was here. This is how grateful the Lord is for every single act that we do in his service. And many a times, even if devotees don't remember Krishna, but Krishna remembers. So, like this, Lord Ramachandra, he performed the final rites for Jatayu just like a loving son would do his for his affectionate father. And if you could remember, who are some other devotees who also had this great fortune of looking at the lotus face of the Lord as they left the body? I'm sure all of you are intelligent and you will be able to remember. So one of them was Bhishma Pitamaha. So very recently we all celebrated Pongal, Makara Sankranti. So Uttarayana, he waited. Bhishma Pitamaha had Icha Mrityu. And he waited for Uttarayana, and on Uttarayana day, when the sun moves in the moves towards the northern hemisphere, so that is when Lord Krishna himself came along with Pandavas and Bhishma Pitamaha. He had this greatest fortune of looking at the lotus face of Krishna, and he left his body. And yet another devotee who also looked at the lotus face of the Lord by leaving the body, and that was the great Namacharya Haridas Thakur. He would chant 3 lakh names every single day. And he actually, just like Jatayu, kept his head on the lap of Rama, and he was looking at Rama as he left. Haridas Thakur's head also was on the lap of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he looked at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he left his body. And just like Lord Ramachandra did the final rites for Jatayu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu carried this, divine spiritual body of Haridas Thakur and danced in the courtyard. And he himself took the body of Haridas Thakur to Ganga and dipped the body and then distributed Mahaprasadam to everybody. So, what sweet dealings between the Lord and his devotees. So, moving further in the story, so as Rama and Lakshmana and Jatayu gave them the information that they have moved, gone in this direction, and also Jatayu told Rama Lakshmana that based on the astronomical predictions, the timing and the condition in the cosmos is such that something that is lost during this time will be found again. So he gives hope to Rama Lakshmana that you will find Sita. So as Rama and Lakshmana were moving further in this Dandakaranya, the next demon, right? Yesterday we saw how they killed Virada demon. So there was another demon called Kabandha. And this Kabandha was actually a great Gandharva, and he actually had a big boon from Lord Brahma. But however, he was cursed by Indra, and because of that, this Kabandha, he didn't have a face, he pretty much had only a belly. And he had this big belly, and in that belly itself he had his mouth, so he would literally pick up food and put the food into his mouth, but the mouth was in the stomach, so it would directly go to his stomach from there. So very weird looking person, weird looking demon. And this Kabanda initially, with both his arms were very very long, and both his arms he picked up Rama and Lakshmana in his 2 arms. And Rama Lakshmana, just when they were about to kill this Kabanda, but they were not able to. And then this Kabanda, then he recognizes that actually these are none other than Rama and Lakshmana. And he says that if you both bury me in the ground, I can actually regain my body. So he requests them that please don't kill me. I was told that the Supreme Lord, when he appears along with his younger brother and they bury me in the ground, then I will regain my Gandharva body. So immediately Lakshmana started digging the ground and Rama buried Kabandha, and this is how Kabandha regained his form of a Gandharva. And before he went back to Gandharva Loka, he told Rama Lakshmana that I have a suggestion for you, that you should move in the same direction, and then you will get a place called Rishimukha Parvata, and there you will find the king of the monkey army, Vanarasena, called Sugriva, and you should make friendship with Sugriva, and Sugriva will in turn help you to find your wife. So Jatayu gave them the information. Now Kabanda is telling you have to go make friendship with Sugriva. So this is how, having gathered this information, Rama and Lakshmana keep moving forward, and then they come to Pampa Sarovara. So Pampa Sarovara is very beautiful. If you haven't already visited, you should go near this Hampi region, the Kishkinda region. So Pampa Sarovara, even now it is very very serene when you go there. So at this place, there was this great devotee of Lord Rama, that is Shabari, who was waiting eagerly because her guru Matanga Muni, he had instructed her that, oh Shabari, that I am so pleased with your devotion and service that you just stay here and continue to wait, and Rama himself will come here. And once you have darshan of Lord Rama, then you can leave your body. Because she was saying that, oh Matanga Rishi, my dear Guru, when you leave your body, even I want to leave. But Matanga Muni dissuaded her from leaving her body at that time. He said that you are fortunate enough that you will have darshan of the Supreme Lord. You just continue to be here. And Shabari continued to be there in this place, and it is said for a long time, many years actually, I think like 11 years or something. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 11 years, 3 months or something like that, a really long time. Every single day she would clean her kutir and she would pick these berry fruits. Actually, here, as per Valmiki Ramayana, there is nothing much said about Shabari feeding Rama this berries, the fruits. But whereas in Tulsi Ramayana, it is said that yes, she did taste the fruits and fed Rama, and she got the blessings of the Divine Lord. So, like this, Shabari was waiting there, and when Rama Lakshmana came there, she was so eager. Finally, that moment for which she was waiting. So, this is a great instruction for us. Whatever instructions we get from the Guru, with patience and with enthusiasm, we should continue to serve. That's 11 years, 3 months. It's like really somebody has to be patient for so long. But every day she was enthusiastic. Every day she would wait for the Supreme Lord. She would clean the place and she would collect the fruits and be ready that today maybe Rama will come. Today maybe Rama will come. So, long term in spiritual practice, we need patience, which is called dhairya. And in the short term, micro level, day to day basis, week to week basis, we need what is called as utsaha, enthusiasm. So, spiritual progress is a combination of these two things, long term patience and short term enthusiasm, macro level patience and micro level enthusiasm. And this is so beautifully depicted, demonstrated by Shabari. So, having accepted the fruits from Shabari, she would taste and see only whatever is a good fruit, delicious, only sweet fruits that she would feed Lord Rama, and the rest she would discard. Now we can only follow in the footsteps, footprints of the great devotees, but we cannot imitate them. Just because Shabari did that, we cannot do it. For us, we have to follow the standard procedure for offering the prasadam. We cannot taste it. But however, Shabari was such a great devotee. Out of affection for the Lord, she did this, and the Lord accepted it. So from here, they moved forward, and behind the Shabari ashram, there is a great parvata called Anjani Parvata. There are many steps that one has to climb here, and when you go there, it's very, very beautiful. So, upon Anjani Parvata, that is the place of the birth of the great devotee of the Lord, Bhakta Hanuman. So, at this point, we are entering into Kishkinda Kanda. So Kishkinda is the region where this Vanarasena existed. Sugriva was staying there, having been exiled by his brother Vali. So on this Anjani Parvata is where Bhakta Hanuman was born. And then if we go a little bit further from Pampa Sarovara is Tungabhadra river, and near the Tungabhadra river is where is the Parvata called Rishimuka Parvata. And that is where Sugriva was staying. But before we continue forward, having spoken about Bhakta Hanuman's birth, appearance, we need to glorify a great devotee like Hanuman. It is said only by glorifying the devotee we can actually get the mercy of the Lord. Yes, we need to glorify the Lord relishes it, but more than glorifying the Lord, when we glorify a devotee, the Lord is even more pleased. So, who is this Bhakta Hanuman? What caused his appearance? So let me just switch my screen here for a little bit before we move forward in the story. Yeah. So once upon a time, there was a great tapasvi, a great sadhvi by the name Anjana. And this Anjana, she would perform penances for many, many years together. And one such time, when she was actually in a cave and performing tapasya for many long years, a demon entered into this cave and he blocked the path. And she understood, although she had her eyes closed, she realized that somebody has come into the cave and is blocking the way. And then she opens her eyes and she sees this great big demon blocking the entrance to the cave. And she knew that this fellow, this demon, is actually lusting after her. He had this intense lust in his eyes, the way he was looking at her. And she, using her presence of mind and her strength and power from her austerity, before this I think his name was Shambananda, Shambalasura. So no, I don't think it is Shambalasura. Just give me 1 second. I'll give you the right name. Just 1 second. Yes, Samba Sadhana, sorry. So the Shamba Sadhana, before he could act, Anjani, she was very swift and she just escaped. And then she started running at such a great pace, and this Shamba Sadhana, he kept following her. And somehow or other, Anjani escaped from him and she came to a village at the tip of that forest region where she was. And at the border of that forest region was a village inhabited by all Brahmanas, great sages who were living there, and they were also performing tapasya. And she went and hid herself in the hermitage of a great sage. And just looking at her, this great sage understood that this Anjana is in danger and she needs shelter. And Anjana caught his feet and said that, oh dear sage, there is this demon. I don't know who he is. He's going to hurt me. He's lusting after me. So please protect me. And just hearing the description of this demon from Anjana, this great sage said, actually, this demon is called Shambhasadana, and there is nobody who can defeat him, kill him, except for one, that is Kesari. And who is this Kesari? He was a great Vanara. And just when they were discussing like this, the Shambhasadana also made way into this hermitage. Just when he was about to attack Anjana, there was this loud scream that everybody heard. And just when they saw behind Shambhasadana, it was Kesari. Just the exact same Vanara who this great sage talked about. And Kesari, when Shambhasadana was about to attack Anjana, Kesari pulled the Shambhasadana out and they both started a great big fight. And the Shambhasadana, being a demon, he was becoming different. He was transforming himself, and once he transformed himself into an elephant. And Keshari also was no less. He was also mighty powerful, and he became tiny little, and then he jumped on this elephant and he was fighting. But no matter how hard Keshari was fighting, but still he was not able to defeat this Shambhasadana. And Anjani, given that she was such a great sadhvi, she knew in order to defeat the demons, not only we need prowess, but more importantly, we need prayers. So Anjana went to one side and she sat down and she started intensely praying to the Lord. And after a while, she heard only one word, blood, Rakta. And she immediately got up, having heard the word Rakta. So she came and she took the bow and arrow and she dipped that bow and arrow in the blood. During this fight, there was some blood that had fallen on the ground, the blood of Shambhasadana. So she dipped this arrow in the blood of Shambhasadana and she threw the bow and arrow at Kesari. And without having spoken a word, Keshari understood what has to be done. So what did he do? Using this bow and arrow, he shot the arrow at Shambhasadana, and then Shambhasadana lay there dead. And all the sages who lived in that village, they came and started glorifying Kesari and Anjana. This divine duo had together defeated the Shambhasadana, and that way these Brahmanas were done a great service, great favor. And they wholeheartedly blessed Kesari and Anjana, and they said that they should get married and give birth to a child who will be the savior of the whole world. And who is that child? None other than Bhakta Hanuman. So this is the appearance of Bhakta Hanuman. That is why he is called Anjani Putra Kesari Nandana. And just like the sages blessed, this child indeed was the savior of the whole world. And there was no end to the kind of prowess that he exhibited, the kind of bravery that he exhibited. And just to give you a glimpse into the bravery of Bhakta Hanuman, so once when Hanuman was a small child, his mother Anjana, she told him that, you just keep playing here, and all these fruits, whatever you see here, you can eat them. Especially the red fruit, whatever you see, you can eat when you want. And look at Hanuman. He saw the bright red, orangish sun, and he thought this is also a fruit and I can eat this fruit. And all the way from this Anjani Parvata, Hanuman leapt in order to swallow According to him, it's a fruit, but it was actually the sun. And he's passing through all the other planets, and all the other planets are stunned and they're making way for Hanuman. Otherwise, they thought that he will eat them up also, swallow them also. So, this Hanuman, he finally he was so close to the sun, and meanwhile, Rahu was also approaching sun. So on one side, Rahu is coming to swallow the sun. On the other side, Hanuman is coming to swallow the sun. But before Rahu could reach, Hanuman reached. And what did he do? He swallowed the entire sun and kept sun inside one of his cheeks. So his cheek was swollen on one side. And immediately when Rahu also came, so this Hanuman thought, okay, just now I swallowed the red fruit. Looks like this is one another black fruit. So thinking that Rahu is a black fruit, this Hanuman swallowed Rahu also. So we see Hanuman, both the cheeks are swollen. On one side he has sun and the other side he has Rahu. Now imagine the sun is swollen, so there was pitch dark. There was intense darkness in the whole universe. Now if we lose something in the sunlight, we can find that lost thing. But here, when the sun himself is lost, how to find the sun? So all the demigods, they went to Indra, who is the king of all the demigods, and say that, Indra, please do something. The whole universe is gone dark. And having understood what has happened, Indra immediately got on his, mounted on his Airavata, and he came to see what happened. And seeing this Hanuman having swallowed both the sun and Rahu, Indra he hurled his thunderbolt called Vajra. And that weapon, that Vajra, actually struck the jaw of the chin of Bhakta Hanuman. So that is why he is called Hanuman. Hanu means the jaw, the chin. And Hanuman, he who was hurt in the chin by the hurling of Vajra by Indra. This is how he got the name Hanuman. And he got hurt, and immediately this Sun and Rahu, both of them came out. But who got angry at this? Vayudev. He thought, my child is just a small child, and this Indra, all these demigods, especially Indra, has hurt my child, injured my child. So Vayu came to the rescue of Hanuman, but not only he rescued Hanuman, out of anger, he took back all the Vayu, the wind. And everybody started suffocating now. They thought, what is this? One mishap after another. Just now it was pitch dark because sun was swallowed, and now Vayudev has retrieved all the Vayu. So they were all suffocating. And then in order to please Vayudev, all the demigods, they came and started giving blessings and boons to Hanuman. So Surya Bhagwan came and he gave the boon that, you will become well versed in Vedas. I will teach you Vedas. And also Surya Bhagwan gave a boon to Hanuman saying that you will be immune to fire. So now if you remember, which became a great boon for Hanuman, because later in Lanka, that is when Ravana set fire to the tail of Hanuman. Nothing happened to Hanuman because he had this boon from Surya Bhagwan that he will be immune to fire. And Dhanvantri came and gave some, the healing divine touch to Hanuman. So different people, all the demigods started coming and giving different blessings. And then Indra himself, because he had thrown Vajra at the jaw of Hanuman, he gave the boon that your whole body will become like Vajra. You'll get the strength of thunderbolt. So that is why he's called Vajra, Bajra, Bajrangi. Anga means all the different limbs of the body. So he whose whole body was like Vajra, like diamond, thunderbolt. So this is how Anjani Putra, Kesari Putra or Kesari Nandana, Vayu Putra, how he became Vayu Putra, that also we will know now. He got the name Hanuman because he was hurt at his jaw, and then he Bajrangi because of the boon he got from Indra. So these are the various names of Bhakta Hanuman. So not only this, so Hanuman is also called Shankara Sutta. Who is Shankara? Lord Shiva. Now how can we consider him as the son of Shiva? That is because once in Kailasa, this Lord Shiva was glorifying Lord Rama like anything. in the company of Parvati Devi and other devotees. And being continuing to glorify Lord Rama like this, Shiva said, I will appear as a Vanara in my future life to assist Lord Rama in his mission of killing Ravana. And Parvati Devi immediately said, well, if you are incarnating as a Vanara, I will also come with you. So, but Shiva said, no, 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 this time, I will be a brahmachari. I'm not going to marry in this life, so you cannot come. But Devi said that I cannot be with you. I cannot bear the separation. So she said, if you're going to go as a Vanara, can I at least come as your tail? Would that be allowed? So Shiva agreed to this proposal. So the tail of Hanuman is actually Parvati Devi, and Hanuman himself is actually the form of the 11th Rudra. There are 11 Rudras, the forms of Shiva. Why the 11th Rudra, not the first 10 Rudras? Because the Ravana had pleased Lord Shiva. How he had pleased Lord Shiva? Ravana is Dashanana, he had 10 heads. He had cut off each one of his head and offered as a ahuti to 10 Rudras to please 10 out of 11 Rudras. Each head he had offered to please one Rudra. So of the 11 Rudras, because the 10 Rudras were already pleased by Ravana, now they cannot become a means to kill Ravana. That is like, going against the blessing, the boon. So the 11th Rudra, a form of Shiva, so he became Vanara and Parvati Devi became the tail. So the tail has, like its own personality, and the tail also manifests so many pastimes. So like this, that is why it's called Shankara Sutta. And also, how he became Vayuputra. So another name of Bhakta Hanuman is Vayuputra. He is the son of wind god. So when Vishnu took the form of Mohini during Samudra Mantana Leela, everybody, the demons, the demigods, everybody was attracted to this Mohini Murti. And even Lord Shiva, who is such a dhira, a sober person, even he was attracted to this Mohini Murti. And in his attraction to Mohini Murti, his energy was released. And that energy was preserved in a leaf. So when Anjani was expecting the child, Lord Shiva requested Vayu, wind god, because wind is very expert in carrying things. So wind god was requested by Lord Shiva that please carry this energy of mine and infuse this energy in Anjani. So it was Vayu who carried this energy of Lord Shiva and infused it into the womb of Anjani. So that is why, because he is the one who injected the energy into Anjani. So Hanuman is also called Vayuputra. So glorious, isn't it? So if you're really finding these stories fascinating, just say Jai Hanuman, Jai Bhakta Hanuman, or Jai Hanuman in the chat section. So just like we are glorifying Lord Rama, saying Jai Shri Ram, we are also glorifying today the great devotee of Lord Ramachandra, that is Bhakta Hanuman. So please say Jai Hanuman in the chat section, dear devotees. And this Hanuman, his eagerness to learn was so intense that anyway already Surya Bhagwan had told him that I will teach you all the Vedas. And what did Bhakta Hanuman do? He went to Surya Bhagwan and requested him that please teach me. And Surya Bhagwan said, there is no, see, Surya Bhagwan never rests. He's always on the move. So he says, if you have to learn, you have to come along with me, but to come along with me on my chariot. The charioteer of Surya Bhagwan is Aruna. And Aruna is red in color. That is why before Suryodaya in the morning we see Arunodaya. It's all reddish, beautiful red. And there are so many Valakilyas, this little beings. So Surya Bhagwan said there are these thousands of Valakilyas right now, and they are already learning from me, and there is no space for you, Hanuman. Where will you sit on my chariot to study from me, to learn from me? Hanuman said, no problem. I don't have to sit on your chariot. I will be right in front of your chariot, and facing you, I will traverse. So can you imagine the speed at which Surya Bhagwan is going, and Hanuman is in front of the chariot. He is not moving forward, like he is walking backward. And meanwhile, he is learning from Surya Bhagwan. Now, looks at Surya Bhagwan multitasking. He is enlightening the whole world, he is lighting up the whole world. That light is representing knowledge, and literally also he is giving knowledge. So, like this, for 1 year, Bhakta Hanuman got all the knowledge from Surya Bhagwan. And how did Surya Bhagwan get the knowledge? From Supreme Lord Krishna. How do we know this? In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, shloka 1, Krishna himself is telling, Imam vivasvate yogam प्रोक्तवानहम अव्ययम् विवस्वान् मनवे प्राह manur ikshvakave abravit. So Vivaswan is sun god. So Krishna is telling Imam Vivasvate, I told this same knowledge to Vivaswan, sun god, about 120 million years ago. This is what Krishna is telling Arjuna. So Surya Bhagwan got his knowledge from Krishna, and Hanuman got his knowledge from Surya Bhagwan. So now 1 year he learned from Surya Bhagwan, so we have to give some Guru Dakshina, isn't it? So what is the Guru Dakshina that Surya Bhagwan asked from Bhakta Hanuman? So Surya Bhagwan said, please protect my son Sugriva. Now another story, how come Sugriva is the son of Surya Bhagwan? So yesterday, or maybe day before, maybe yesterday, I talked about Anasuya Devi. So we said what a great Pativrata Anasuya is, and in this context we said how Anasuya Devi consoled another Pativrata who had stopped the rising of the sun in order to keep her husband alive. So that 1 day break that Surya Bhagwan got, just now we said the charioteer of Surya Bhagwan is Aruna. So that 1 day break he got Aruna, right? What a relief. So he thought, let me go to the heaven. And instead of going just like in his real form, he transformed himself into an Apsara, and he went into the heaven. And seeing this Apsara, who Indra had never seen before, he was attracted to her. And from this Apsara, who was actually Aruna, this Indra begot a son, and that is Vali. And all these characters are going to come now, right? We're talking about glorifying Hanuman. We're finding out about Sugriva, about Vali. So Vali was born from Indra and this Apsara form of Aruna, the chariot driver of Surya Bhagwan. And in the heavenly planets, it's not like here they have to carry the child for 9 months, 10 months, nothing like that. Immediately the childbirth happens, so Vali was born. And when Aruna came back, and Surya Bhagwan asked, like, where were you? What happened? And he said, this is what happened. And Surya Bhagwan said, really? So you transformed yourself into such an attractive Apsara that even Indra united with you? Can you show me that form? Aruna said, all right. And then he again transformed into that same form and showed, and even Surya Bhagwan was attracted to him. So from Surya Bhagwan and this Apsara form of Aruna was born Sugriva. So this is the birth of Sugriva and Vali. And although they had this divine birth, because it was a kind of unusual birth, they were not really staying in the heavenly planets, but rather they were on earth, but they were both very powerful, Sugriva and Vali. This is how they both are brothers. So because Sugriva is the son of Surya Bhagwan, as a way of Guru Dakshina, Hanuman was told, requested by Surya Bhagwan that you should always protect my son Sugriva. And Hanuman actually lived up to this. All through Hanuman protected Sugriva. So like this, we can go on and on discussing about so many wonderful pastimes of Bhakta Hanuman. So I hope everybody got a good glimpse into the greatness of Bhakta Hanuman. So let's move forward from here. So in Kishkinda Kanda, we see that Rama Lakshmana, when they entered, so they saw Sugriva actually, who was sitting on Rishimukha Parvata with four of his ministers. He was immediately scared. Why Sugriva was scared? Because he was living in exile. Vali had banished him. He was always living in the fear of Vali, that at any time this Vali could come and, cause some problem, maybe even kill him. So when he saw these two beings, they were so attractive, even from a far distance, they had these long arms and they were humans. So Sugriva called Hanuman. Hanuman was one of the ministers of Sugriva. the prime chief minister. So then Sugriva requested Hanuman that please go and inquire from these two beings, find out who are they. Because Sugriva was scared, thinking that maybe it is Vali who has sent these two people in the guise of, they look like these jatadharis, like sages. But Sugriva said, look at how powerful they look, how strong they look. So please go and inquire, but before going, don't go in this original Vanara form. You also disguise yourself like a Brahmana and you go and find out. And this is the entry of Bhakta Hanuman in Valmiki Ramayana. So the entry of Hanuman happens in Kishkinda Kanda, second Sarga, 13th Shloka. And how the entrance of Hanuman has happened? As a person, as a great personality who removes the fear of Sugriva. And how he removed the fear of Sugriva? Through his Vakpatutva. So all through, one of the greatest qualities of Hanuman is his expertise in speech. And it is said through his expertise in speech, Bhakta Hanuman removed the fear, made Sugriva as fearless. So I'll just read this line from the Valmiki Ramayana. Uvacha Hanuman Vakyam Sugrivam Vakya Kovidaha. Vakya Kovidaha. So how is Hanuman introduced? Vakya Kovida. Kovida means very intelligent. Vakya is speech. So Hanuman was an expert speaker. And what did he do? He removed the fear and gave abhayam to Sugriva. So anybody who hears about Hanuman, meditates upon Hanuman, follows in the footsteps of Hanuman, honors the instructions of Hanuman, what does Hanuman do? Among many, many things, one of the things is he removes the fear. Okay. So the first meeting of Hanuman with Rama and Lakshmana. So Hanuman speaks, he introduces himself, and actually, Rama immediately identified Hanuman. How? When all these demigods had given various boons, Lord Brahma has given a special, what do you say, necklace, a chain, a pendant. And it was such a pendant that only the master of Hanuman will be able to recognize that. And who is that master of Hanuman? That is Bhakta Hanuman. That is Lord Rama. So Lord Rama, the moment he saw this pendant, he understood this is Ramaduta, this is my eternal servant. But however, at that time, when Hanuman was requested that give your introduction, Hanuman said, I am Sugriva Duta. And this is one major mistake right in the beginning committed by Hanuman. The moment he said Sugriva Duta, Rama was disappointed with this. Why? Because eternally the identity of Hanuman is that he is Ramaduta, Ramadasa. But here he is identifying himself as Sugriva Duta. And from that point on, for the next 4 months, Rama was not directly talking to Hanuman. He would converse with Hanuman through Lakshmana. But however, when Hanuman in turn requested Rama Lakshmana for their introduction, and when Lakshmana was introducing, he introduced Rama also and himself. Lakshmana said, I am the servant of Lord Rama, but it is out of his mercy that he is considering me as his brother. And through this, indirectly, Lakshmana hinted at the mistake committed by Hanuman. So, what did Lakshmana say? That I am servant of Lord Rama, but it is by the mercy of Lord Rama that he considers me as his brother. And Hanuman immediately understood, oh, I made a big blunder. But later we will see for the next 4 months, with such a sensible nature, such sensitivity, Hanuman will deal with Lord Rama. He will win the heart of Lord Rama. He will become the recipient of the mercy of Lord Rama. And then the conversation between Rama and Hanuman goes on directly instead of happening via media through Lakshmana. But this same Hanuman who introduced himself as Sugriva Duta, later we see that he became Ramaduta. After 4 months, Rama gave his ring to Hanuman when he was going as Ramaduta as a messenger to meet Mother Sita. And later, when he went to Lanka and he met Mother Sita, He understood, looking at the kind of love and affection that Mother Sita had for Lord Rama, Hanuman, he decided it is not enough for me to be a Ramadota. Actually, I want to be a Ramadasa. And this is how, when he was taken to the court of Ravana, he actually introduced himself. When Ravana asked, "Who are you?" So Lakshmana, so who are you? So at this point, Hanuman introduced himself, saying that Dasoham Koshalendrasya. This is just a one line introduction that Hanuman gave. Who am I? Dasa of Koshalendrasya. I am the servant of Lord Rama, the Indra of Koshala. That's it. And in this very first meeting, the way Hanuman spoke, this Lord Ramachandra, simply by his speech, Rama told Lakshmana that he actually knows the three Vedas. So this is how important one speech is. Hanuman's another name is Sundara. He is called Sundara not just for the appearance, the external beauty, but the real beauty of a person is speech. And actually, Lord Rama glorifies Hanuman like anything for the speech. I hope all of you are able to see me and hear me, because somehow my YouTube connection on the phone, it is just stuck at one point. But I hope all of you are able to seamlessly watch me. So here, actually, it is very beautiful, but we don't have the time to get into all the details. So Lord Rama says not only what this person is saying, but also his facial expressions, his body language, the pace at which he is speaking, the pronunciation, and he is not stretching the words. Okay, he's saying no problem. Great, thank you. So the pace at which he is speaking, and he is not stretching the words unnecessarily, and he is nodding his head at the right places to the right amount, and he's speaking, he's not like looking into a book and speaking. He's not literally reading, but he's just speaking out of memory. So like this, Lord Ramachandra recognizes the various aspects of speech. So like this, there are actually 14 doshas in somebody's speech, but in Hanuman's speech there was absolutely none of the 14 doshas. It was glorious. So very first quality that was appreciated in Hanuman by Lord Ramachandra, his expertise in speech, how well he spoke and what he spoke. So having introduced each other, so now they got to know, and now Hanuman said, "I will take you to my master Sugriva." So then he took Rama and Lakshmana to Sugriva, and then Sugriva met them, and it is said they lit fire, and after lighting fire, there was friendship formed between Sugriva and Lord Ramachandra. And then Sugriva explained what has happened. He said that his own brother Vali, he explained how strong he is. In fact, Vali was so strong that even Ravana's strength fell short in front of Vali. So once Vali was doing his Sandhya Vandana on the shore of the ocean, and Ravana tried to come from behind and attack Vali. But Vali was so strong, in right hand he was doing Sandhya Vandana, in left hand he grabbed Ravana and put him under the armpit of the right arm. And he continued to do his Sandhya Vandana. Now you can imagine Ravana is so powerful, and how powerful Vali must have been, that he grabbed Ravana with just left hand and held him under the arm of under his right arm. And not only this, holding Ravana like this, Vali had jumped from one side, one direction to another direction, to the shore of another ocean. He did Sandhya Vandana there. So like this, Vali would actually go from one direction to another, and he would do his Sandhya Vandana is in multiple directions. And he did this holding Ravana like that. And Ravana understood what is the strength of Vali, and he just begged pardon from Vali and he left from there. So Sugriva is saying that although he is very mighty, but Vali is also evil. So what had Vali done? He had uh, exiled his own brother. And why he had exiled his own brother? Once Vali and Sugriva both were attacked by a demon. And when they chased after this demon went and hid himself in a cave, and Vali went inside. Sugriva was waiting outside, and Vali, seeing that Vali did not come out for a long time, so Sugriva just left from that place. He thought maybe the demon has killed the Wali or something like that. So he came back and he declared himself as the king. And when Wali came after a long time, after many, many days, and seeing what Sugriva has done, Wali was very furious. So this is when Wali had exiled Sugriva, and not only exiled Sugriva, Wali had also abducted his own brother's wife, Ruma. So Wali's wife was Tara. She is one of the Panchakanya. Tara is a great lady. And Tara and Wali had a son called Angad. And Sugriva's wife was Ruma, and Wali had abducted Ruma. So like this, Sugriva opened up his heart and told Rama and Lakshmana that this is my plight. And then he asked, like, what are you both doing here? And they also explained. So Lord Ramachandra said how Mother Sita had been kidnapped and they are looking for her. And then Sugriva, remember when Mother Sita was going, I told you that she saw on Rishimukha Parvata Sugriva with 4 ministers and she had dropped some ornaments. So Sugriva immediately, the moment they said, and the way they described Mother Sita, he understood. Then he said, "Oh, I saw that actually that this demon was kidnapping her, and she actually dropped these ornaments." And he says, "Wait, hold on," and he brings those ornaments and places it in front of Rama and Lakshmana. Like, are these her ornaments? And when Rama asked Lakshmana, "Can you recognize her ornaments?" Lakshmana says, "All I can recognize is her toe ring and anklets. And beyond that, I can't recognize other ornaments," because Lakshmana would not even look at Mother Sita beyond her feet. So he would just offer his obeisances at her feet, and so that's how he looked at only her feet, not beyond that. This was the chastity, this was the greatness of Lakshmana. How sensitive and how careful he was in dealing with Mother Sita and everyone. So, anyway, so they said these are the ornaments of Mother Sita. So it was like two friends going through a similar problem, that Rama had lost Sita and Sugriva had lost Ruma. So they decide that they are going to help each other. And at this point, Rama says, "First, I will help you recover, get back your wife, and then you can help me." So tomorrow, when we come back, we will continue from this point, devotees, that how Lord Ramachandra is going to help Sugriva in getting back Ruma, how Ramachandra is going to kill Vali, and then how Sugriva is going to reciprocate to that help rendered by Rama, how Sugriva is going to organize his army, and tomorrow we will see. So today we have glorified Hanuman's birth and the great qualities of Bhakta Hanuman, and tomorrow we will see that in action. So this great devotee Hanuman, how he is going to cross the ocean, and how he is going to get Lanka, and is he going to find Mother Sita, and how he is going to bring back that news, and what is going to happen after that, all that and more coming up tomorrow. So please say Jai Shri Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Bhakta Hanuman. So please glorify Hanuman in the chat section along with Jai Shri Ram. So today not only we will say Jai Shri Ram, but we will also say Jai Bhakta Hanuman. So we will glorify the devotee and the Lord, both Bhakta and Bhagavan together. So let us see your comments coming. Jai Shri Ram and also Jai Hanuman, the great devotee. Yes, there we go. So all of you saying Jai Bhakta Hanuman and also Jai Shri Ram. Wonderful, wonderful. So thank you very much everyone. We just have 2 more days to complete the Valmiki Ramayana series. We have quite a lot to cover, so I'm really praying to Lord Rama to give me the empowerment to go ahead and complete the Valmiki Ramayana series, because there is so much. We have to complete Kishkinda Kanda. We should also discuss Sundara Kanda, which is so beautiful, and we have to also get a glimpse into Yuddha Kanda, and finally just a slight sneak peek into Uttara Kanda. So in 2 days, so much to cover. So may Rama and Bhakta Hanuman help us do this. So take care everyone. Please come regularly. Just 2 more days left. So let's do a quick Premadhvani. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy to see all the comments coming, glorifying Hanuman and Lord Sri Ram. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. So thank you everyone. श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, भक्त हनुमान की जय, वाल्मीकि महर्षि की जय, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Thank you very much everyone. We'll see you tomorrow at